So today I thought I would share a game that holds a special place in my heart, but not for the reasons you might think. About 10 or so years ago, probably more, I was at a family gathering, and my uncle walked up to me while I'm outside, and he's holding his hands behind his back. He asks me, Xbox or PlayStation? At the time, I was only a PlayStation gamer, so I naturally said PlayStation. He reveals one of his hands and gives me this copy right here. Now, you might be like, okay, so he just gave you a copy. Yeah, but what was cool about that is he actually had worked on this game. And that's what made it kind of special to me, is that he had contributed to this game, and so to me it was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Like, this is something that you worked on. Now, prior to that, he had actually given me some demo discs for various games in the past. Like, he'd been giving me like discs that have like 5 to 10 different demos on them. None of them full games, but it gave me a taste of various game genres and things like that. Some of which I remember playing them, I just don't remember their names. But either way, not to sidetrack. This game, though, is absolutely awesome. And look at this cover right here. Bioshock Infinite. The patriotism of the American flag there, Booker DeWitt holding his shotgun, the cityscape and the Bioshock themed text right there. Like, they really went all out, and I like the fact that they have Bioshock in a sort of carny sort of aesthetic right there, and then you have Bioshock in the more under the water stylization, which it's awesome that it's different because it means they put effort into it. But this cover, to me, is just awesome. You can see the Zeppelin in the background, which is a nice little detail that most people don't know. But also, this one has the PlayStation Move compatibility. Never tested that. I actually never tested that. Wish I did, but I don't think it's going to be easy to find, PlayStation Move controllers or anything like that. And to be honest, I don't care that much. And then here is the side. And again, you have that Zeppelin in the back, which I think is cool. They have the sky in the background rather than just a black background. All the company logos and legal stuff and things like that. But the Bioshock Infinite text is actually customized to what the game is. It's actually good looking. There's quality behind it. They didn't just throw something on the spine and call it a day. They cared, which I think is great because if you look through my other videos on this channel, not many cases do things like this, and I like this. Even has the PlayStation Move compatibility piece right there. So, great spine. Now when you open it up, this is how it looks. You have the Season Pass on the left side with some great artwork featuring the main statue that you see at the very beginning of the game. All the stylizations for the text and stuff like that. Same as the cover, but it's so well done. Buildings in the back, just great. And then you have the disc right here, and I love the disc artwork. Booker DeWitt just holding his gun straight out like he's about to shoot someone. Different buildings in the background than the Season Pass. Overall, it looks really great. And you can even see the clouds in the background that just add to everything. Or I think that's smoke, actually. But either way, fantastic artwork. Thought I would also just take everything out really quickly and share the background of this because they put work into it. And I love this. The mind of the subject will desperately struggle to create memories where none exists. Barriers to trans-dimensional travel. Lutece, 1889. And then that looks just so cool. That really does look awesome, and I love that so much. Then you have some really cool stylization artwork of the game, the floating city, one of the main characters in the game. I'm not trying to spoil anything for those that haven't played it, but honestly, so well done, especially with this red background. It really does feel like the 1900s, the way they did this. I absolutely love it. It has that barbershop quartet stylization or feel to it, which they have the barbershop quartet singing early in the game. So well done. Now, with all the paperwork back in here, the Season Pass, let's flip it over. So this is what it says on the back. It's basically just advertising the Season Pass, which I've never played the DLC for this game. But then you have a relic right here. The manual, the documentation, and look at that great artwork. So, as per usual, I'm just gonna pan through it all, but not say a thing. And that concludes the documentation for this game. But this artwork, man, something else. Really is. Just fantastic work. And then we'll finish it off with the backside of the case. The shot of Elizabeth right there. Unfortunately, they decided to not go with too many screenshots for this backside, which is not exactly something I would have chosen, but at least they chose some really cool screenshots, so, you know, I'll say they balanced it out. They went with quality over quantity, which doesn't always pay off, but then they just have a little description here and their kind of catchphrase for the game: bring us the girl, wipe away the debt. Overall, quality game. If you haven't played it before, I would highly recommend it. It's a fantastic game, and I'm not just saying that because of the circumstances that started me with the series.